Hey guys, this is the second part of Annie and I's post video. She did an analysis on Obeyed, a poem by Amy Lowell, and I'm going to do Autumn by Amy Lowell. We're going to basically go through and explain the meaning of the poem, the modernism characteristics, and the comparison to previous literature periods. The poems are attached to the website, so you guys should read those and make this video make a lot more sense probably. In the beginning, my initial reaction with the meaning was that she was struggling from a broken heart. She begins by receiving a gift of a quilled yellow dahlia, the author does, and I think this symbolizes someone who has gone through a bad breakup and gets to a point and she's finally moving on, taking steps forward and getting on with her life and interacting with other people, and they're giving her things. But by the end of it, she says, "Shall I send it to you? You have taken with you all I once possessed." This represents probably a significant other that she once had, and basically she's to the point after their breakup that he's already taken everything, so why not just take this too? It has a negative connotation definitely with it. She's not very happy that she let someone get so close that they could hurt her like that, and that they did. Another possible meaning is it is titled Autumn after all. It could also represent the seasons and how every year we cycle through the seasons. In the beginning, it's talking about spring and summer and how they give us the gift of flowers every year, a quilled yellow dahlia. And they call it a fireball of proclamation, is a descriptive way that she describes the flower. This is a sign that the warm season is here and that the flowers are coming up. And she says, "To me who am barren, will you give the gift to me who am barren?" This represents, she kind of feels barren in the cold seasons. She feels like she doesn't have anything unless the flowers are around. And then, "Shall I give it to you? You have taken with you all I once possessed." I think this represents autumn and winter and how every year they come through and they take out all of the bright flowers, all of the green grass, and they leave the earth barren, basically. And the author's kind of gotten to a point where it's just a cycle over and over. "Shall I send it to you?" Like she's already ready just to give it away. The next part is modernism, how modernism is shown in this poem. In our pre-video, we explained how imagery and symbolism is big in modernism. And in here, imagery is definitely shown. The quilled yellow dahlia is a big part of the poem. She describes the gift she receives of a quilled yellow dahlia and some different ways of explaining it. The author calls it meticulously frilled and flaming, decked in starring yellow, and also describes it by using the word maturity, which could also show that it's in full bloom. So that's a big imagery. In your head right now, you should see a big flaming yellow flower decked in starring yellow. That's fun. The symbolism that we see, the biggest one that I saw, if you interpret the poem as about a relationship, we see that the flower is a symbol of maturity, that she's taking steps forward after the breakup, like she's slowly getting over and recuperating and having closure, basically. The modernism time period also was characterized as giving voices to the unheard. Like a lot of current events that were happening, some big stuff that was happening was women's rights right now, and so this could be a symbol of women's rights movement. I don't know if Amy Lowell was involved in that very much, but this could very well be. It kind of shows that men back then had everything. Women couldn't vote, they probably couldn't hold very well jobs, so on and so forth. And so it was very easy for men to leave women with nothing and leave them barren, so to speak, and take everything they once possessed. The writing style compared to other literature periods, the big commonality between all three, Puritanism, Rationalism, Romanticism, and Modernism, so I guess 4, close enough, was nature. Nature is present, will probably always be present in poetry. Some quotes off of Bloom's literary file online. "Nature, taken broadly as the Earth's physical phenomenon, is omnipresent in literature as in life. But while nature certainly plays a part in writing of the Old World, it was truly the genesis and flourishing of American literature that eventually repositioned it as a central, rather than merely a peripheral thematic event, replete even with agency." So this is telling us how nature has always been here and always will be there. And it's always going to be involved in the writing style. Modernism is characteristic also by how it strays away from other periods because it has no rhyme scheme and it doesn't really have a poetic rhythmic pattern either. Back in rationalism, I'm pretty sure, generally you could clap out with a poem and find its rhythmic pattern, and there was usually rhyme. Back whenever there were a lot of patriotism poems and stuff about patriotism, the rhyme was always very evident. And the big thing about modernism was people consciously decided we're tired of doing what everyone else is doing. We're tired of just going with the flow, taking from Britain and so on and so forth. We're going to do our own thing. We're going to become modern. Yeah. I hope this helped. This is Annie over here being a good student. Look at her go. Yeah, so see you guys later.